Are you losing money by paying yourself through your LLC? If you're generating profits in your LLC, you might be overpaying self-employment tax. Stick around and I'll show you how to use the S corporation strategy, which can unlock real tax savings if it's done right. This video is for freelancers, independent contractors, and solopreneurs who are pulling in a decent profit, typically at least $60,000. Why that range? Because you usually need about $40,000 in net income before considering S-corp treatment makes sense. Basically, you don't want to shell out more in fees than what it'll save you in taxes. So let's cover some basics. By default, as an LLC, you are taxed as a sole proprietorship. All earnings hit your Schedule C and you're subject to the full self-employment tax. That's 15.3%. And that's before any federal and state income taxes, right? Ouch. As an S corporation, you pay yourself a salary and you pay yourself distributions. Distributions avoid self-employment tax and only your salary gets taxed. Now, let's jump into some of the specifics of how this is done. The IRS expects you to pay yourself a fair market or reasonable salary. Nothing too low, nothing fishy. Pay yourself too low and you risk an audit. Pay yourself too much and you're paying more in self-employment taxes than you need to. Your salary should be reasonable compared to what you would have to pay someone else doing the same role. You want to benchmark against industry standards. Now, let's talk about when it makes sense to elect S corporation status and when it doesn't. With profits under $60,000, the administrative and payroll costs often outweigh the tax savings. But once you cross that threshold, S-corp becomes worth exploring. So let's get to it. Let's set this up. Number one, you have to form your LLC or use an existing LLC. Then you'll file IRS Form 2553. That's the S-corp election. Step 3, you'll set up your payroll. I recommend using a software or a payroll service to make sure it gets done accurately and timely. Number 4, decide and pay yourself a reasonable salary. Number 5, take tax-free distributions. Let's look at an example. Let's say you make $100,000 in profit. You would pay yourself a salary of $60,000. That portion is taxed. Then you would give yourself a distribution of $40,000. It's not taxed with self-employment taxes. In this scenario, you would save approximately $6,000 in taxes. Now that you know how it's done, let's talk about some pitfalls to avoid. Number 1, underpaying yourself. The IRS can actually recharacterize your earnings if you're audited, and then they can charge you for the self-employment tax that you should have paid and tack on penalties and interest onto that. You do not want that. Number 2, missing payroll filings. You can rack up penalties and interest on missing payroll filings or paying late. That can really add up. Number 3, make sure you know your state payroll laws. Some states have state-specific salary minimums, so be sure to check that out. And fourth and finally, last but not least, lack of documentation. Documentation is your best friend when dealing with the IRS, when dealing with taxes. Document everything. Keep everything for at least 10 years. Yes, I have shown you how to do this all by yourself, but sometimes you still may need to speak with a CPA or tax strategist. If you're unsure about wages and how to pay yourself a reasonable salary, if you're unsure about the payroll taxes for your state, if you just want a done-for-you setup, or if you need help with filings or compliance, or doing payroll and doing payroll filings, that is a good time to speak with a professional. The professionals at the Tax-Free Strategy are ready and willing to assist you. Let's summarize. An LLC is simple, but an S corporation is strategic. Make sure your profits are greater than $60,000 and then consider electing. Use a payroll service or software to ensure proper compliance. And then you're ready to go. If this video has been helpful to you, make sure to like and subscribe. Watch our other videos and visit us at thetaxfreestrategy.com. Thanks for watching.